Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel for war number 7 of season 42. We have a familiar opponent today in Matrix. We usually play these guys at least once a season. Today's team going to be going in with Carl.
Carl, I banged 30 girls.
I-Bomb for the Poison Synergy, and then Jabari Panther because we have a Jessica Jones later on in the war. Going to be on Path 9 in both sections 1 and 2. Let's jump right in. We have a Warlock first up on node number 9. Going to go in here with Carl in magma form. So the goal here is to push him to the special 2. We're going to be immune from the armor breaks from the special 2. I did take off willpower just in case he decides to launch a special 1. I don't want to be degenning from that. From the willpower healing on that. The other thing you do have to watch out for here is that you really don't want to do a medium, light, medium, refine, or launch a special attack when you're at max morph charges, because that's going to trigger the passive regen, and if you're infected at that point, you're going to be taking a bunch of degen here. So the goal for me personally here was to kill him before that ever became a problem. You can see, between the special 2s and just block baiting heavies so that he doesn't throw that special 1, we are getting an easy sub 1 minute kill on that. Okay, next up we have a fight that can either go really well or really poorly. Weapon X on node 18. We're going to go in here with Carl in magma form, and I'm using a power start 1 boost here intentionally. So my goal here is to push him into that berserk mode with just basic attacks, and by the time he's there, I'm going to have a special 2 ready, as you can see. And rather than risk an intercept and him tagging me with unblockable, since I don't have bleed immunity here, I'm just going to special intercept with the special 2 and get my openings that way. So this is going to push him to his special 1, and now I can bait out this special 1 or the heavy attack and counter it that way. So it's a little bit safer. You definitely don't need the power start 1 boost here at all. And then, when he's below bar power, he's predictably aggressive. But just kind of getting that rhythm started with the fight, that power start 1, getting that special 2 much faster, I think made the fight a little bit easier for me. And then from here, it's basically just an easy fight. That was, 40 seconds? So that's an example of how it can go well. And here's an example of a fight that doesn't go particularly well. This is a Doom on 26. Going to go in here with Carl in Uru form for the shock and bleed immunity. We'll also be immune to the armor break from crumbling armor. And if we play stun immune, we don't have to worry about conflictors. So all in all, we have counters to, easy counters to all of these nodes. It's just a regular Doom fight, right? The only thing I wanted to do going into this fight was do not push Doom to the special 2, because we have 0 energy resistance, and if he tags us with a special 2, we're going to be in big trouble. Now, having said that, he is very passive here, and he doesn't want to throw the special 1, so I'm trying to decide, I can see my form ticking down. He finally throws it, but this is how the AI is in this particular fight, so I kind of have to take a bunch of risks here. If my form expires, it's going to be problems. So right here, we get a pause there, but now the form has expired, and he heavies me because I have a shock. I have no protection up from the shock. I throw the special 1 to get my form back, and you can see the fight is already you can kind of see where it's going here. Taking the special 2 mostly on the block, I really don't want to risk it at that point. Take another special 2 right away, and thankfully we get another mostly clean dex on that. And then what ends up happening here is I'm forced to throw a special 1 into his aura, and he's going to resist it and then heavy me out of my form, which is a huge problem. And then I'm going to get hit with a special 2, like 1 hit of a special 2. So there we go. So he knocks me out of my form. I lose my protection from the shocks and the bleeds. And now, now he can straight heavy me whenever he wants. I'm trying to get right back up to the special 1. Again, I'm forced to throw the special 1 into the aura. He resists it again and heavies me, and now I try and dex out of the last hit of the special 2. I take 1 incinerate, and I'm I'm trying not to panic. I'm like, either this is going to kill me, or I can refine with a medium, light, medium. It doesn't kill me. I trigger the regen, and you can see just how powerful Carl's regen is at low health. So ticking for 1,000, we are regenning over 2,000 health per second, and now I feel much more, once again in control of this fight. I realize that, the special 1 is unblockable, so I hit him, and then just one more combo left here, and we are very lucky, very, very lucky to get out of that fight without dying. So, all right, after I took a few minutes to clean up after, crapping myself, we have this Jessica Jones here on 35. This is an easy fight for Jabari Panther. Just have to play stun immune for 1 eye open. I don't have any particular method to my madness here. I think I alternate between the special 1 and special 2 for no particular reason. this is one of those fights where I feel like, Jabari is such a good counter to Jessica in general. One of the best counters to Jessica in almost any fight, and she also hard counters the hazard shift node here, that you can basically play this fight any way you want, and it's going to be fine. So, again, the only thing you really want to pay attention to here is do not parry, and if you do accidentally parry her, you just have to remember to let the parry expire, because otherwise you're going to be taking a ton of damage back from one eye open. You can see sometimes I'm punishing the special one and sometimes I'm not. I don't have a good comfort level on the spacing for the punish there. So sometimes if I'm close enough when she throws whatever object she has, I will punish it. Right there I got super lucky. I managed to somehow hold block in between a frame on her special one there, so I saved myself a bunch of damage there. And then I do a really poor job managing the hunt as well in this fight. So again, I'm not too concerned about playing Jabari well, because I knew that she would eventually just overpower Jessica just by being in the fight and by not making like a critical mistake there. And there we go. So easy fight with her. All right, last fight of the war for me is a Killmonger, a Node 45, another easy one with Carl. So we're going to go in here in Uru form for the shock and bleed immunity, but also remember that in Uru we have physical resistance, and all of the reverb damage that Killmonger does is physical. So, we don't have to worry too much about keeping his power low when we trigger reverberation, because we will be resistant to most of that damage, and all we have to do is get through this fight. So you can see when we do have reverb triggered, we're taking like no damage here. I am going to be baiting out heavies just to get the heavy counter into the special one. Take a hit there, that sucks. But other than that, this is a very easy fight. You can see that he has those passive armor ups building from Nerves of Steel. Don't really have to worry about that, because as you can see, our burst damage is getting around that armor. Our basic hits are not, of course, but the red damage is where it's at. So there we go. Heavy countering the heavy into the special one for the extra crit, and I think I do a medium, light, medium here to refine. We get the nice big vulnerability, and then one more heavy attack into the heavy counter, and the special one does a nice amount of damage. There was a 14k red damage there, I think, from one of the crits. I accidentally hit into his block because I'm impatient, and one more combo finishes him off. So we got ourselves a nice little win streak going. We did take the win against Matrix today. Very happy with everybody's performance today. 5 kills for me, 0 deaths, and our record is slowly but surely improving. 3 and 4, so one more win would back up to 500. If we can pull off a Masters finish after the start that we had this season, it would be pretty impressive. And I know that we can do it. I know that we're capable of doing it. So we'll have to see what kind of matchups we get. Folks, if you enjoyed this one, let me know by hitting that like button. And as always, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time.